So of course my mommy duties come first. Welcome to my YouTube channel, guys. Those that are new here and that are not, I want to apologize because I know I have not posted in 2 weeks. There is an explanation. First, before I get into that, sorry if you hear any background noise. My husband's playing his video games. Sometimes they can get pretty loud, so hopefully he'll just not be so loud. Anyways, so welcome. I did not post for 2 weeks because we were all very sick. The first week, which my kids actually got sick first, and that lasted for a few days. They had really high fevers, they were throwing up, and they had a bunch of other fun issues that we had to deal with. And then my husband got sick around that time too. And then somebody that we knew possibly had COVID, but they got tested and they were negative. But then my husband's work wanted him to get tested just to be safe because of everything going on. And with his job, you know, he can't, obviously, with any job really, you cannot have COVID. So he got tested negative as well, thank God. So they were riding out, and of course I had sleepless nights taking care of the kids and hubby, and it was just, I didn't have time to do any filming, nothing. I was just like focused on my kids, getting their well-being and just getting them better. Well then, Thursday, not last week Thursday, but the week before, or was it last week Thursday? It was last week Thursday. It was. Yes, it was it was last week Thursday. I got really sick. And that lasted for a really long time. And because I just started feeling better by yesterday, which today is the 7th now because it's 12:15 in the morning. But, so I actually started getting better on the 6th, or the 5th, sorry, the 5th, August 5th. But anyways, so it lasted for a good few days. And I had fevers, I was throwing up, and all the other unmentionables that we don't want to talk about. But it was horrible. I felt like I was dying. And that was like the longest I've ever had, like any type of flu or anything getting that sick that long. Normally, when I get the flu, it lasts maybe 2.5 days, not like 4 days. So I've just been miserable. Of course, I'm not going to film when I'm not feeling great. But we're all now recovering and, well, pretty recovered. We're all doing well, so thank goodness. But so yeah, that is why I was out for 2 weeks. Not because I didn't want to film, not because I gave up or anything. It's just like we've literally been dying here pretty much. Okay, not literally dying. A little dramatic there, but you know, we've been really sick. So finally, now I get to give you the video that you've all been waiting for, and I feel horrible about it because it's been so long, but we are here now, so that's all that matters. And okay, so here we go. So the big thing that's really changed that I did the past month, and so is that I cut gluten out of my diet. Now that was more, not diet, but more health reasons, more like a life change kind of thing, because those that don't know, I believe I explained this in one of my videos, one of them, but I was diagnosed with celiac disease, I think I pronounced that right, but that's basically being sensitive to gluten, and that's like breads, pastas, things like that, anything with wheat, rye, barley, I think, yeah, barley. So, and there's like other things too, and you kind of have to like be careful with certain oats and things like that too, because like it's a lot, and you just gotta be careful what you're eating, especially when you're very sensitive to it. I get really bad headaches, I get bloated, I get fatigue. Gluten is just very bad for my body. My skin gets really bad. It's a no-go, so that's a big thing, and which a lot of those type of foods are like high in sugars and things like that, so granted, cutting that out is great anyways. But yeah, so that's a big life change that I did, that helped me, most likely helped me lose the weight as well. And then another thing I did was I started Weight Watchers, which is great. So if you want to do Weight Watchers, I definitely recommend that. I feel that for me, like, is great for accountability. I wanted something that will keep track of like my food and stuff like that, but I didn't want to be too strict, like counting calories and things like that. So what with Weight Watchers does, it's a point-based like system. So they do all the calorie counting for you and all of that when you put in your foods. And they give you a certain amount of points you start in a day, and then you plug in what, whatever foods you eat and stuff like that. So it's pretty awesome, and I think too that it really holds you accountability too, because like that was another thing I did too, is that all portion control and moderation, and I did not let myself I hold back, but I didn't say that I couldn't have a chocolate bar. I didn't say things like that. I let myself have a treat if I wanted to, and I didn't do like cheat days. I didn't do anything like that. So each day I let myself have, a goodie, a treat or whatever, so that I didn't feel like, later in the day I'm like, oh, because I didn't eat that chocolate bar, I'm going to eat a whole box of cookies or all the chocolate bars or, something like that, where I feel like I just crave it so much even more instead of during that time when I really want it, as long as my point base. So like, for instance, my points, I start at, I believe it's 42 points for me right now. Let me double check. 48. We have 42 points weekly remaining. Oh, okay. So my daily points I get is 48. So I start with 48. I don't know if you guys can see that. My camera doesn't have a viewer, so I can't see what you're seeing right now. But anyway, so I start with 48. So like, I know that a Hershey bar, like a normal size Hershey bar, is 12 points. So if I really want that Hershey bar, then I incorporate. I know a lot of people are like, oh gosh, 48 points is a lot. It is a lot, like especially if you do eat clean and things like that. But to say like, for me, I do a lot. I'm doing better though. But like a lot of like processed frozen foods, your points go quick. So but that's the best thing too about the point system, is that it makes you make those smart choices. So if you really want that treat, you're gonna choose probably a chicken salad over a frozen dinner meal, so it makes you make good choices. But still, you get to have those nice little treats and things like that. And there's like 0-point foods like spinach and fruit and things like that, so which tells you all of that fun stuff. So that's why I love Weight Watchers, and I think it's just a lot easier. Another thing that I did is intermittent fasting, and I know there's so much debate about it and everything, but for me personally, I love it. And there's so many different ways you can intermittent fast. The best way for me that I found is I do 6/18. So I do 18 hours of fasting, so only drinking water. Sometimes I'll have tea in the morning, and then starting at noon all the way to 6 p.m. is my 6-hour window where I can eat. So that's where I usually eat like a couple meals. So I have like it's just my lunch and my dinner. And then sometimes I'll have a light snack in the middle, or something if I'm like really hungry. But I make sure that with my meals I have a lot of protein to keep me full for that 18 hours, because that's really important. Plus it'll give you the energy you need. And for me, I really love intermittent fasting because it also gives me that control, so that because I'm a night snacker, and I love to especially binge eat when I'm watching my Netflix shows or Hulu or whatever. So, or even YouTube, I get in this rabbit hole and I'm just so this just gives me that control that I need to make me stop eating, you know, overeating and things like that. So I really like it. Plus, I do feel like it does pretty well, especially that when I wake up in the morning. The first thing I do is obviously take care of my kids, get them ready for the morning, have their breakfast. I don't eat breakfast. Sometimes I'll have a tea, you know, some tea or whatever before I work out. But I like to work out before I eat because from what I read, I don't know if this is true or not, but it seems logical. But for working out, so, hey, sorry about that. My memory card got full and my battery decided to die. So here we are, though. We are back. So the last that I was talking about was that I was going into detail about why I exercise before I eat, and before I eat any meal of the day. And from what I've read, I don't know if this is true or not, but it made sense to me is that when you're working out, if you want to burn more fat, is to work out before you eat, because it will take your fat and turn it into energy instead of whatever meal you eat first. Instead of that, it will just take your own fat, so you're burning more fat. So I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a scientist, I don't know anything about that really, but it made sense. And I don't know, I lost 7 pounds, so maybe there's some truth to it, I don't know. But that's basically why I started working out before I eat. I thought that, and honestly, I felt good. It kind of just started my day better too. So that's one thing that I've changed, and I started working out a half an hour, but I'm going to jump that up to an hour now because I feel more comfortable doing that. And then another thing is that I found a workout that I like doing, which is dancing, which I've talked about that before in my past videos, and I'm continuing with that. But I'm also adding crunches and sit-ups, and crunches, sit-up, squats, and now I'm starting lifting too, to just add to that, so that I can kind of just give my body a variety of things. But I'm definitely essentially working out more like with dancing and stuff. That's just more fun for me. I think finding out workout that you like doing and activity that you like doing is really important, so that you just feel more motivated to work out. Even if it's just walking, just something, you know, for at least 15 minutes a day. But yeah, as you progress, you know, try to up it a little bit, you know, trying to give your body some more progress. So that's what I've been doing. Again though, everything that I've mentioned today is what worked for me and my body. May not work for you, but yeah, what works for me may not work for you, what works for you may not work for me. So everyone's different, everyone's journey is different. Just what is important is to listen to your body, figure out what you like doing and what you feel is going to benefit you. And my biggest thing is just finding things that I can have in my life, essentially, to continue with. Not just necessary, just like until I lose the weight or do fad diets or anything like that. So that is why I'm making life-changing things, so that I can continue this even after I get to my goal weight. This is just something I want to keep in my life, if that makes sense. So that is why I'm not doing the quick fad diets or the quick fad exercises or things like that, or strict meals and all that. I want to essentially get a nice rounded, you know, process for me, so that I can continue with this even after my journey of getting to my goal weight is finished. So just, yeah. Another big thing too is I truly believe this is a healthy mind. A healthy mind is a healthy body. So just trying to be more positive, trying to let more positive into my life and less negative. Just having a better mindset of things is definitely crucially important, especially if you suffer with any mental illness. So you just want to make yourself, you know, push yourself, You know, and of course I'm going to have bad days. I mean, the past July I actually had a really bad week that I didn't talk about with you guys. I actually ended up eating a bunch of Debbie snacks. It was horrible, and I just was off my routine, and I didn't even work out. You know, I'm human though. The best thing for me though that I did for myself is that I didn't let it affect me as much. I continued to push myself, even though each day I kept messing up. I just kept going though, and I just got back up. Normally, if I have a week or even a two that I mess up, I just completely give up, and I am not here, and I'm not gonna continue anymore. I just don't see a point. But now I have a better mindset, and I'm just in a better place to know that that's not the case anymore. I'm going to keep pushing myself, and, you know, I have a brighter future to look forward to. So definitely, you know, healthy mind's healthy body. So, yeah, so basically that's all I wanted to catch up with you guys. And yeah, just find what you love doing and continue to do that and make your life better and more positive. But yeah, alright, so I hope to have a video out this Sunday. Right now it's Friday. It's like probably 3 in the morning now. But hopefully I have this video up later Friday today, sometime today. And I may or may not have a video up Sunday. I will see. But yeah, so I will see you guys either Sunday or sometime next week. Alright, so definitely hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet to follow my journey. And much love and encouragement for all of you, especially those that are on their journey to succeed in whatever it is. And I'll see you guys next week or Sunday. Bye.